Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Wanted to be your father. I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father, but your father's dead.
I'm short. I'm bald. I can't get any hoes.
She's on me, bitch.
Tonight you meet the team of Thunder Tits.
Adam! You fucking mark! Fire me! I'm gonna do some real cowboy shit!
Must be juju. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night.
Bang! Yes!
These people walk away, only one thing on their mind, and it's a phrase of, whose house?
I'm better than you.
And you know it!
Restore the feeling. Bravo, I am the feeling.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode, a new episode of WRESTLELITE. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, the one, the only, the Mark Cologne. I am here to talk about professional wrestling and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to another episode of the podcast of WRESTLELITE. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday morning. I just got out of work. I am sick, but we must ball. Now, I will say, I sincerely apologize. And I know I said I was going to do podcasts more frequently and stuff like that. But your boy's been sick for 2 weeks, okay? I've been sick for 2 weeks, and luck just isn't on my side. And you know what? I said, even though I'm not feeling the greatest, I'm working and stuff. I gotta make time. I gotta make time for the podcast. I really wanted to wait till I felt like 100% better, but that's not the case right now. So we're just gonna do this podcast. We're gonna talk about a few things, few rivalries, some of the big things going on in AEW, WWE, and then we're gonna talk about Double or Nothing. We're gonna talk about Saturday night's main event, and we're also going to talk about we're gonna preview Clash in Italy. Now, yesterday, I thought Clash in Italy, was yesterday. I'm assuming it wasn't because there was a UFC event yesterday. They had that event early, so I'm assuming that's why it's on Sunday. But I'm very excited for Clash in Italy. I think it's going to be a pretty good pay-per-view, like Backlash was. Backlash, I felt, in my opinion, I thought was a very, very good pay-per-view. But I just want to put this out there. WWE, can we calm down on the pay-per-views just a little bit? I don't mind once a month, but I feel like, man, these either the time's just going by too fast, or, like they have Saturday night's main event, but that's more of like a Raw SmackDown. That's more like a kind of a house show, right? That's not really that's not necessarily like a pay-per-view, a PLE. But goodness gracious, my God, it's just a lot. Like WrestleMania was in the middle of April. You had Backlash in the beginning of May. Saturday night's main event was just the other day. And now you got Clash in Italy. It does seem like way too much. But, look, at the end of the day, like, even though I'm saying this, I'm never going to turn down wrestling. Like, if there's wrestling on the weekend, I'm going to watch it. Like, I'm watching Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, right? Like, I'm watching all these shows. Like, if you give me a pay-per-view or a PLE on the weekend, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm 100% going to tune in, whether I'm at work or I'm at home. I'm going to tune in. I'm going to watch it. Like that, yeah. There's no reason why I wouldn't. It's just, sometimes it does feel like, okay, we're doing a little bit too much. But at the same time, this is what, wrestling is nowadays, right? Like, even AEW, like, I remember when AEW first first started, they weren't doing pay-per-views every month. They were doing, they only had they had Revolution, they had Double or Nothing. What was the other one they had? All Out. They had All Out, and they had okay, so it was Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out. I felt like I mean All In was the first year, but then they got away from it for a minute. Trying to think, I feel like Full Gear, yeah, Full Gear. But now like they have so many pay-per-views, they got All In again. They've been around for the past few years. They have Forbidden Door, right? They have World's End. They have Dynasty. Like, they have all these pay-per-views at least every month for the most part. And I think they just announced another AEW pay-per-view that's going to be debuting. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there should at least be a pay-per-view every month. Because, I mean, I think that's, the amount of wrestling that's out there, you have to have a pay-per-view out every month. And AEW is growing bigger now. The roster's bigger, and that's how you make your money. Yeah, you can make your money on these weekly shows, but you can also make them on these pay-per-views and these PLEs. Like, you absolutely 100% can. Like, there's no formula to it, but if you can take certain formulas from these wrestling companies, 100%, it works out. Man, what a show we have. Sorry if I yawn, guys. Very tired. But again, I wanted to do this show. And honestly, I don't have a day off for until the middle of this upcoming week. And I didn't really want to wait till then to throw out a podcast. So I was like, man, I really want to do a podcast, man. I miss, shooting the breeze and talking to you guys. And so I was like, man, yeah, I gotta throw one out. I gotta throw one out here. But let's see. It's a very eventful podcast I have for you guys. Let's talk about it. Division, right? We look at the Vision. We look at dealing with some injuries right now. Division is dealing with some injuries. Division definitely have the injury bug. They absolutely 100% do. I mean, we look at, Seth was injured for a while, then Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed is still out, which he looks jacked. Logan Paul is out now, right? So now Logan is I think they said he's going to be up for 6 months. Now, obviously, he could trim that down to, let's say, 3, 4, depending, the recovery and everything and the rehab and how he does. But, yeah, man. Yeah. This is what professional wrestling is. You're going to take these risks. You're going to have these situations that happen, and you just got to, you got to roll with the punches and you got to deal with them. Now, Braun Breaker and Austin Theory are now the tag team champions. They're still going with the story with Seth. And now the Street Profits are getting involved. It's looking like Seth and the Street Profits are kind of going to be working together a little bit here. We'll see. Because I don't know. A Montez Ford, a heel turn would intrigue me a lot. I know there's also been rumors of adding more people into the Vision. Maxine Dupree, I feel like Maxine should be the only one. Like, another male, I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about another male. Because essentially, you kind of have Brock. Like, Brock's still kind of in there. He's like the honorary Oos, right? No pun intended. Right, Bronson obviously is out, though, and Logan. But, I mean, you got Paul Heyman, you got Braun, you got Austin Theory. So, you don't necessarily need, another guy right now. I would definitely add Maxine. We'll see, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about adding, more guys. Because then, okay, let's say you add a guy in there. What is that going to do, right? What do you know what I mean? What is that going to do for the Vision? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's interesting to say the least. It's definitely interesting. But yeah, Street Profits definitely should be taking those tag titles off of Division. The only way I see it that they don't is if Montez Ford turns heel. That's the only way where I'm like, okay, this dude obviously he's about to get a push. He turns heel. You know, it is what it is, right? Or maybe it's Angelo, right? Maybe it's Angelo Dawkins, right? Maybe he's the one that turns heel. Like that. That's another scenario. Seth, don't even flirt with it. Seth isn't going to be a heel right now. Which I know I think it was an interview he did or something. Like he says like he feels like he's better as a heel, but like people love Seth so much that he can't really be a heel. I mean, he can, but the people love him so much. They're gonna be cheering for him, right? Like he would have to have a turn like he did with the Shield. Like he would have to have that type of heel turn. You know what I mean? That kind of be like, oh wow, we absolutely hate this dude, right? But right now, nah, he wouldn't be able to right now. And even if you were like, no, he just turned babyface. Like, there's no reason why he would or should become a heel. But yeah, that story's intriguing. I'm ready for it to be over, but this era in WWE, they do drag these storylines the most that they can, as much as they can. And they will drain every ounce of a storyline, and I mean, hey, nothing wrong with it, right? Like, you this is what you do, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. um I love what I'm seeing from like Jacob Fatu right now, Carmelo Hayes, Austin Theory, obviously, Obafemi, Ricky Saints. Love what I'm seeing from him. I love what I'm seeing from Soruka as well. The new call ups, Ethan Page, right? Like everybody just doing their thing, and I'm really enjoying it right now. I'm really really enjoying it. Now, for the Judgment Day, it's the Judgment Day that is going to be interesting. It's a bummer what's going on with Liv, right? Like, I get it, Stephanie is injured, but like, why should Liv have to wait to defend her title against Stephanie when you can just, hey, let me put you on a match with EO, right? I almost said Zelina, but that's not a possibility. I don't know. I was gonna say Julia, but you don't want to do that. Maybe even Soruka, you could have done that, yeah. Obviously they're not gonna do Roxanne or Raquel at the moment. I'm trying to see who else. I mean, literally anybody, literally. Hey, Alexa Bliss, come on, have a match. You know what I mean? Like, you do so many things, but I guess it's not the moment yet. You know what I mean? And I guess, I'm not the booker. Um, I am not the booker, so I can't. Obviously, we're just like storm. We're throwing ideas out there, but yeah, Liv could have faced anybody right on tonight at Clash, but there's some things you can't comprehend, that you just gotta be like, I guess whatever, right? But damn, it's crazy. Um, let's see what else. The Cody Rhodes and Gunther stuff, man, that's really really good right now. What's going on with that? Um, you know, man, it's really really good stuff right now between Cody and Gunther. The story they're telling, right? Paul Heyman and everything, right? The fact that this was Gunther's their promise or whatever, this was their deal. I wholeheartedly believe that it was actually supposed to be Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. I think Gunther seen something in Oba Femi. Sorry, Gunther. I think Brock seen something in Oba that he liked very, very much, and he said, "You know what? I got to put this kid over before I go, because he's done at SummerSlam. That there's no way. I don't see Brock being around much longer. Like, I don't see him wrestling at next year's WrestleMania. I just don't see it. And maybe that does happen, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But, we'll see. And And then obviously, we'll talk about some of this other stuff during the pay-per-view breakdown. But and then obviously we're having Tribal Combat. You have the Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns storyline, right? That's been going on for about 2 months already, ever since WrestleMania ended. This storyline is very, very good. I know a lot of people hate on it because it's the bloodline, and cousin versus cousin. Oh, it's dumb. It's this, is that. Calm down, guys. Just get out the basement real quick, and you'll be able to enjoy it. It's, in my opinion, this is the stuff I like. You know what I mean? Like I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the Roman and Jacob stuff. The storyline, the storytelling, right? The stuff that they're able to tell. It's just very, very good. I love it. I love what they've been able to do, what they are doing. Now, I mean, Tribal Combat, right? Like, we all know what happens with that. Like, it goes crazy, right? Like, we've seen the Roman and Cody match, right? Even though I don't think that was Tribal Combat, but that was still that was one of the best matches of WrestleMania history, especially with like the interferences, the surprises, and stuff like that. I thought was very good. But the story is just so good, and I know Roman beat Solo in Tribal Combat. That was a Netflix debut. I know he beat Jey Uso in Tribal Combat. That was SummerSlam. This one, Jimmy got involved. I don't think anybody's supposed to interfere. So this is going to be very interesting to see, because we know Jimmy did it. But then, if I recall, I don't think anybody interfered in the Solo one. But I could be wrong. I feel like they might have. But it's going to be very good. It's going to be very good. It's going to be interesting. Now, reportedly, Jacob Fatu did get injured because he did a live event match with Solo Sikoa. Reportedly, he did get injured. Hopefully, he's okay to go, because, the story and everything that's been put in with it and everything, this is the final match. This is the end game match for you. Like, it has to happen. So hopefully, it does happen. If not, I don't know what happens, right? Like, what do you do? You know what I mean? So I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to see it. See if Usos get involved, see if Solo gets involved. I'm not predicting this time around. I'm not predicting Zella Fatu, even though he posted a picture of Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu on his IG. I am not predicting him to be there, because I'm not getting my hopes up again just for it to not be a thing. But usually when Roman or any member of the bloodline have these type of matches, something happens. A turn, a heel or babyface turn, a return, a superstar returning, right? A debut, right? So we kind of like, could have happened, but who knows, right? Who knows? And we'll see, and it's all gonna be very interesting, very, very interesting, to say the least. So we'll see. We will see what happens with this, but it's been very good. Now, if Roman retains, Jacob Fatu has to acknowledge Roman Reigns and serve him, or he has to be fired and he has to leave WWE. So that's going to be some very, very interesting stuff, because if Jacob Fatu wins, Roman has to acknowledge him. So it's going to be some very good, interesting stuff. I wonder what will happen tonight. Well, this afternoon for me, but in Italy it's night for them, So it's going to be very interesting. As far as AEW goes, as far as storylines and stuff like that, Will Ospreay and the Death Riders has to be one of the best stories right now in AEW, if not the best. I mean, I'm not gonna say the best, because the Darby Allin World Championship reign, that story was really, really, really good. But this one, Will Ospreay, man, the story, especially, and then you add United Empire into it. It's a really good story that's being told by all parties. It's really good. It is really, really good, and I'm very intrigued by it. I'm enjoying it. I'm here for the ride. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very good right now. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, with Will, right, on his quest to become AEW World Champion, right, as he's in the Owen Cup. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll also see what happens with him and United Empire and the Death Riders. Will is like that that girl that everybody wants in high school. That's exactly what that is. That's what Will is. Like, Death Riders want him, but the United Empire want him as well. And it's like, guys, Will is basically like, guys, we can all, get along. I'm just doing this to be better. I'm not really trying to join the Death Riders, right? And United Empire are not falling for it. Man, that Darby Allin reign was so good. Like, I feel like it's not being talked about enough. And maybe it is. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, or maybe I'm just not seeing enough people talk about it. But like that that Darby Allin title reign is how you put over a champion, how you put over talent, right? And that's what Darby did, right? Darby was just every week, sometimes twice a week, putting his championship on the line, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it doesn't get better than that. What we were able to witness, what they gave us, it's just not better than it, And I love it. I do. I love it, and I am super stoked to see what's next for RB. Yeah, what's next for Darby? What's next for MJF? Some really good stuff. Some really, really good storytelling. MJF too. My goodness, he is a gem. MJF is a gem. He gets it, right? I know a lot of people like to, criticize and be a hater, and it's easy to do that, right? Like, it's easy to be that type of person, but it's even easier and it's better to be a genuine, down the middle type of person. And when things are good, they're good, and when they're not, they're not. MJF is really, really good. Um, Takeshita, right? Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Okada, that whole story with the Don Callis family, Kyle Fletcher and them turning on Takeshita after he defeated Okada for the title. That's huge. Nobody's seen. I feel like people seen it coming, but at the same time they didn't. They were like, no, like that won't happen. Yeah, it would. And it's crazy because when they did that turn, you made two stars. Two guys that were already stars, but you just elevated them more. Kyle Fletcher. Keep wanting to say Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita are even more bigger stars. And not to mention Kevin Knight as well, who turned heel. Another, big moment, big feels. It's just very, very, very good. Very, very good. And then obviously, Cage and Cope winning the tag titles from FTR at Double or Nothing. I thought it was amazing. It was huge. We also have the Owen Cup tournaments. Let's not forget about that. But yeah, it was amazing to see Cope and Cage win those titles. Well deserved, right? They're on their final run, right? I don't know if Cope or Cage will win the world title before they retire, but at least they have this. At least they've given us memorable moments and magical ones. And who knows? Who knows what's next for them? Who knows what will happen? We just gotta wait and see with this stuff, man. We do. We just gotta wait and see, and we will. We'll get there. We'll get there. That's for sure. So, I know the Hardys kind of tease something, but I don't see that happening. I think we're just gonna, we're gonna get some really good tag matches out of this tag team, and whoever they do drop the titles to, I know it's gonna put that tag team over. Now, if they lost it to like FTR, I'm like, Same thing with, like, if they lost it to the Young Bucks, it's like, it's not really moving me. Even though I would love to see a triple threat match between FTR, Cage, and Cope and the Young Bucks. I would love to see that. I definitely wouldn't want them dropping the titles to either one of those teams. It has to be somebody new, somebody different, or just, not necessarily new, but they're making their ranks up, they're making their way up, starting to get talked about, and they get the opportunity to be champs. All right, let's I guess, yeah, we could go over the pay-per-view results. We can do that because, yeah. Usually this would be a little bit, I mean, I don't know, maybe it'll still be a long podcast, but I'm tired, guys. I am tired. But let's talk about first, Saturday night's main event. So we had Jay Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab defeat Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. I thought that was the right move to do. You give Jade some momentum going into Clash in Italy. So I did think that was the right call. You had the Women's Intercontinental Championship match where Soruka defeated Becky Lynch via DQ. Becky Lynch did retain the title after intentionally pulling the referee into Soruka's finisher, which obviously you get to tell a little bit more of the story, and Soruka can, have a win under her belt against Becky, and, you can have a championship match. Then you have the Intercontinental Championship match between Ethan Page and Penta, where Penta did retain the title. This was a huge surprise for me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It really was. I was not expecting Penta to retain. I was like, man, this is the moment right here for Ethan. But now Penta's still champion. And then you have the women's tag team championship match. Paige and Brie Bella defeated the Irresistible Forces, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax. Another, again, great move, great booking decision. I'm not mad at it. And then you had the World Tag Team Championship match. The Vision defeated the Street Profits. That was the main event. Obviously interference and whatnot. And yeah, they didn't have Seth Rollins, so, it cost them. But, we'll see what happens now that they do have Seth Rollins. Did not expect the Vision to win that one either, but that's on me. All right. Let's talk about Double or Nothing. Let's talk about the results for Double or Nothing. Mick Foley made his AEW debut, and he is all elite. So good for him. Super happy for him. At the All In, All In. In the buy-in, we seen the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship 5-minute eliminator. Divine Dominion defeated Zeta Steel and Viva Van. You also had a trios match where the Death Riders defeated the Ops. You also seen the Conglomeration, which was Mark Briscoe and the AEW World's Trios Champions, Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, and Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall, with the Rizzler, Big Justice, Harley Cameron, and Vita Coco Man defeated Shane Taylor Promotions, which was Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Carly Bravo, Sean Dean, and Anthony Ogogo, with Christian XO. MJF would confront Mick Foley, but Darby would make the save. And then you had the AEW World Tag Team Championship match that was decided in a New York Street Fight I Quit match where Christian Cage and Adam Copeland defeated FTR with Stokely to become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. We also seen Beth Copeland do her thing as well. And then you had the AEW International Championship match, the Alpha, Takeshita defeating Okada, the Rainmaker, to become the new AEW International Champion, where we've seen the heel turn of the Don Callis family and Kyle Fletcher. Very good match. Great match. I went as I predicted. Did not expect the heel turn, but I did expect Takeshita to win. So yeah, I thought it was a very good match. A really, really good match. You could possibly say this was possibly the best match of the night. You could put that in there. But yeah, it was very, very good. Then you had the Owen Hart Foundation's Women's Tournament quarterfinals, where you seen Athena defeat Mina. You had the AEW Continental Championship match, no time limit. Jon Moxley defeating AEW World Trios Champion Kyle O'Reilly. You had Owen Hart Foundation's Men's Tournament quarterfinals, Will Ospreay defeating Samoa Joe. You had the Owen Hart Foundation's Men's Tournament quarterfinals, Swerve Strickland defeating ROH World Champion Bandido. These were all really, really good to great matches. Told some stories in there as well. Yeah, the AEW Women's World Championship 4-way match, the Toxic Spider, Delka defeating Jamie Hayter, Sheeta, and Chris Statlander. I wanted Jamie to win. I'm not gonna lie. Again, for like the 1,000th time since she's been back, I'm like, oh, Jamie's gonna win this time, and it doesn't happen. It's gonna happen. It will happen again. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when Jamie can pull it off. And then you got the Stadium Stampede, Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, the Young Bucks, and Jungle Jack Perry and Kenny Omega defeated the Demand, the Dogs, and the Don Callis family. And then you had the main event where the AEW World Championship was on the line. Title versus hair match, MJF versus Darby Allin, and MJF defeated Darby Allin to become the 3-time AEW World Champion, to become champion once again. So again, like I said, a very, very good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it very much. I thought it was a very good pay-per-view overall. Man, I loved it. I loved it. I loved the pay-per-views from top to bottom. I thought it was very, very good. For the most part, I thought, in my opinion, I thought it was very, very good. I know a lot of people, tend to, it could be better. Yeah, sure. It could be. But look, overall, the product was good that night for Double or Nothing. It was really, really good. Per usual, AEW really throws out really, really good pay-per-views. I think Revolution, was the last one that No. Now, Revolution was very good as well. Dynasty was the one where it was just a lot of weird stuff going on. But overall, this pay-per-view was very, very good. All right, and then we have Clash in Italy today. If you're in a different time zone than Eastern, then you are watching it tonight. You're watching in the afternoon, in the morning, wherever you're watching it, you are watching it. Ladies and gentlemen, it will start at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It will be on ESPN in the United States and Netflix internationally. That's right, this Sunday, May 31st at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Clash in Italy. You have the undisputed WWE Championship match, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. This one's very, very, very tough for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's taken me some time because I feel like they're gonna run it back with Randy and Cody at SummerSlam. Maybe a DQ happens. Maybe something happens where Gunther doesn't necessarily lose clean. He doesn't lose dirty, right? He ends in a DQ, whatever the case is. Right? Whether he wins or loses dirty, that's okay, right? But I'm gonna give this one to Cody. I'm gonna give this one to Cody. I think Cody's gonna win it. Like I said, I think they will run Cody and Randy once again. I don't know when. I want to say SummerSlam, but it could happen sooner. It could happen later. And I just don't know if. I don't know if you want to do. I don't know. I don't know if you want to give it to Gunther now and then Cody takes it back eventually. I don't know. But I would say Cody does retain the championship. And then you have the WWE Women's Championship match, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. 100% Rhea Ripley should win this match and retain her championship with a clean finish, obviously. I would have Rhea. This is a no-brainer for me. And then you have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka. I want to go with Sol Ruka so bad. I want to say it's going to be Sol Ruka that wins this championship. But at the same time, this is tough. This is tough. I took a long pause because this one's a tough one. Because, like, is Becky going to lose to Sol? Like, right now? Is she absolutely 100% going to lose to her? I don't know. I don't know if she will. Because but that would be huge. Not only for Sol, but, like, that would change the women's division in one way or another. So I'm going to go with Sol Ruka. I'm going to go with Sol Ruka to defeat Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Then you have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar 2. I'm not going to lie, this one's tough. This one's tough in its own right. Because I'm like, man, like, is Brock going to win this? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Obafemi defeats Brock Lesnar. And then I think for SummerSlam, we get another match between the two. And Brock basically puts the stipulation, let me see how I put this. I'm going to say Oba beats Brock Lesnar. And then at SummerSlam, Brock puts a stipulation that if he loses, he has to retire. And then I would say Oba defeats him again, and Brock Lesnar retires for good. Now, could we potentially see Brock defeat Oba, go 1-1, and then at SummerSlam they have another match? Yes, absolutely. I could see that 100%. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then the main event, you have Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, Tribal Combat. This is another tough one. A lot of these matches are tough. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's taken me a little bit to be like, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult because, first off, huge fans of both. But Jacob Fatu is insane. Like, utterly. 100%. No doubt about it. Jacob Fatu. It's insane. And I think everybody can agree with that with me. Like, yeah, like Jacob Fatu is not all there. Like, there's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. And I love that about him. Yeah, don't be like everybody else. Yes, have a little edge to you. 100%. But I don't know, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens tonight with that. Like, I know some people have said that Jacob could win, and yeah, I think he could. And then you got the rematch at SummerSlam or whatever, if Jacob were to win. But I think Roman's going to win, man. I think Roman Reigns is going to defeat Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu is going to have no choice but to acknowledge him. Now, what would be the actual, like, cool thing about this, and I want you guys to take this into consideration. Let's say Roman Reigns, right, defeats Jacob Fatu tonight. Or, I'm just going to say tonight. Because it's in Italy. It's going to be at nighttime. You all get it. Let's say Roman Reigns defeats Jacob Fatu, right? And Roman Reigns is like, I'm not leaving this ring until you acknowledged me. Like, you have to acknowledge your tribal chief, right? And he's standing in the middle of the ring, and he's with Jacob, and, he has the Ulafala around his neck. He's holding the championship on his shoulders, right? And Jacob Fatu's about to acknowledge him. He's he's starting to lift his arm a little bit. And it's not Zilla that's coming out. Trust me. I'm not gonna steer you guys. I'm not gonna do that to you guys again. What if The Rock's music hits? Now again, this is a long shot just like Zilla's. What if we actually will and are going to get Roman Reigns versus The Rock at next year's WrestleMania? What if this is the perfect time to do it, with all the money in the world, with all the time in the world for The Rock to get ready for WrestleMania? My goodness. You got The Rock versus Roman in Saudi. Now, Because you have to throw some big matches out there. Like, you can't just, you're going to be in Saudi. Not everybody's going to be ecstatic about it. You're going to have to throw some stuff out there for the fans to be like, yo, you know what? Yeah, it might be in Saudi. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'm going to tune in. That's the key to it. But I have to, and I am going to tune in because I need to see Roman Reigns versus The Rock. I need to see Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. I need to see Seth Rollins versus I don't know who. Maybe you get Oba versus Gunther, right? Like, you can do so many different matches, so many different scenarios, right? Like, it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good. But hopefully, man, hopefully they do it like that. It'll be interesting. But that would be my theory. My other theory would be maybe the Usos turn on Roman, right? I don't know, because I know Roman said, like, yeah, you're gonna have to acknowledge me, and Jacob basically agreed, like, yeah, if you beat me, I'll acknowledge you, but I don't see him doing it. Like, I for some reason, I just don't see Jacob Fatu doing it. Right. And let's say he doesn't acknowledge him tonight. Right. Like, then obviously he's going to acknowledge him on Monday night. Like, that's a given. Now, the one thing I'll say is I don't know if Roman is scheduled for Raw. I don't know if he's scheduled for Raw. That's the one thing I will say. So if that's another thing, if Roman is not scheduled for Raw, I think it's 2 weeks, that means something's going to happen, whether that's on Raw or whether that's tonight. Okay, yeah, so he is, he's making appearances June 1st, June 15th, and June 29th. Okay, so he is scheduled for Raw tomorrow. So, with that being said, since he is scheduled for Raw tomorrow, maybe something happens on Monday then, right? If something doesn't happen tonight, then tomorrow night something could happen. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very intriguing, very interesting. It's going to be very good. I'm very excited to see what kind of happens. Not what does happen. That main event is going to tell us a lot. I wonder if we'll see any returns as well, right? Like, maybe, do we get Randy, right? Like, does Randy Orton return, right? I know they got the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournaments going on right now as well. So that's another interesting factor into everything. No John Cena appearance, which is I don't want to say that's a good thing, but like the John Cena announcements have been kind of hilarious for me. It's like, oh man, like we knew it, right? Like, we figured, but it's just like, oh man, like, this is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. But hey, I'm not mad at it. It's John Cena, right? Like, I'm not mad at it at all. Some other stuff that happened, because like, we can't ignore it. Like, we just can't. Also, Roman Reigns posted a picture of himself. He said, this is what Roman Reigns said: "You might not like it, but after tonight, you will understand. I am everything they say I am. Hashtag Tribal Combat. Hashtag WWE Clash." Let's see. So they had Noches de los Grandes last night. We had the Mask versus Mask match. It was a successful PLE. It was very, very good. Amazing. Especially that main event. My goodness. El Grande Americano defeats the original El Grande Americano. Outstanding match. 10 out of 10. I would say I would give it 4 to 5 stars. Honestly, that's how good it was. It was blood. It was everything in that match. It was really, really good. I loved it. The person was unmasked, and it was Chad Gable. Who would have thought, right? It was Chad Gable, and he said he will be back in AAA. But yeah, it was him, and the character, the stuff him and Ludwig have been able to do has been one of the best. Like, it's been one of the best things to happen for both men. Now Chad said, posted and said, tonight the mask died. And suddenly I feel more alive than ever. So it's going to be some interesting stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to I wonder what's going to be next for both men. I think, Ludwig should definitely win the Triple A world title, and Chad should definitely win the championship. And whether that's Triple A or in the WWE, right? Like he should 100% win a title. They both killed the heck out of their stories, out of their characters, and I'm excited to see what's next for them. But yeah, it was a successful main event. My goodness, not only the main event, but just a successful show overall. Which I thought it was very very good. Man, it's always good when we get these, like pay per view, these PLEs like this, right? Where it's like, yo, we're about to put a show on for you guys. Like, you guys don't even know. And, even though we kind of knew, like, yeah, that's Chad, that's Ludwig. Like, we know the body types, we know what their faces look like. It's not that hard. It was still, like, amazing to, like, yo, like, they are killing it. You know what I mean? And, Ludwig is, my goodness, he's doing this thing, man. He's doing this thing. Congratulations to Gunther for bailing that man out. But, man, he's doing this thing, man. He is doing this thing in AAA. Same thing with Chad. Like, man, it's just very, very good. And yeah, I really I can't wait to see what's next for both men. Honestly, like, whether that's on the, WWE main roster shows or if that's in AAA, like, yeah, man, they both deserve all the good that's going to come their way. Just from the story that they told and just the perfect match that they put on, like, yeah, 100%. They deserve all the flowers and so much more, dude. Like, they honestly, they killed it. But I don't know. We'll see. Let me see. What else? These yawns are getting to me, people. These yawns are getting to me. As we close this show, though, it should be a very good PLE tonight as well. Clash in Italy. It should be a really, really good one. There's tons of matches, tons, and there's only 5. But no, the matches, itself, it should be very good. It should be very, very good, and it should be entertaining. It should be fun. So I'd say tune in, man. It's gonna be good, man. You got Brock versus Oba, Jade versus Rhea, right? Roman versus Jacob, Tribal Combat, right? You got Cody versus Gunther. I feel like I'm missing one. I'm definitely missing one. What's the other one? Roman, Jacob, Cody, Gunther, Rhea and Jade, Brock and Oba. Am I missing one? I don't know. I think that might be it. No, I feel like, yeah, I have to be missing one because it just doesn't seem right. Man, am I? And Mexico hosts episodes of SmackDown and Raw in September later this year. Man, I'm trying to think. I can't. It's not coming to me right now. Yeah, I feel like I have to be missing one because it's just like it feels like it's like right there. Okay, so I have it now. Wow, I am so sorry, Becky Lynch and Sol Ruka. Wow, but yeah, like that lineup, those 5 matches, that lineup is really good. If we get some surprises, a return or something, like, it'll make it even better. Like Liv has Italian roots. Like, throw her out there. Right? Well, I feel like she does, but I could be wrong. Like, I know Roman does. I heard that Rhea does. Yes. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I was right. Yep. There's a few wrestlers out there, believe it or not. Like, the Rhea one kind of threw me off when I heard it, but I was like, oh yeah, like, yeah, that's right. Even Roman, like, a lot of people, because it's so very Samoan, like, it's, bloodline and all this, the NYA Fatu family, you really don't get to hear about his Italian side, but yeah, he's from there. But yes, it should be a great show. It should be another great week of wrestling, and we will be back to discuss it all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this podcast. Thank you for listening to Wrestle Elite. And until next time, and there will be a next time, Goodbye and thank you.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I wanted to be your father. I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father, but your father's dead.
I'm short. I'm bald. I can't get any holes.
Scissor me, daddy! She's on me, bitch.
Tonight you meet the team of Thunder Tits.
Adam! You fucking mark! Fire me! I'm gonna do some real cowboy shit!
Must bid you adieu. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night.
Bang! Yes!
These people walk away, only one thing on their mind, and it's a phrase of whose house?